Hello, good afternoon, trader. Welcome back to Forex Black Box. Quick video of today update. Sorry, yesterday I didn't do any videos. I've been busy and come late at night and so on. So I didn't do videos this weekend. So I'm gonna expand a little bit on technical analysis of each pair quickly. Um, Basically looking at S&P 500 E-mini future contract is basically pushing up. Today is the 31st of August, the last day of the month. Remember that last day of the month, the first day of the week, and this week Friday is going to be NFP. So I mean, a really good run. I'm like, guys, look at this, a beautiful run up, very nice break, pandemic consolidation here after the breakdown, coming back up. I'll give you some thinking about here, then breakout, retest, continuation, A B C D. AB equals CD from the breakout point. So we are at the edge now. Today we did all-time highs as well, and that's really great. Um, Also, I heard some news today. I just finished my trading today, about half an hour ago. So it's a 5:45 now, and there was some certain news about they trying to make a vaccine very soon now. They're working on it before the election. They said that. I think it's in a hurry achievement, and everything comes with a cost. And if this something not being back tested properly, just like you trade in a strategy, vaccine situation is not really put in a test properly. So I don't know if this is actually a good vaccine or just in a hurry vaccine. So Mr. Trump will be re-elected or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, so also they put on the line as well. They said they wanted to make the vaccine globally available and affordable for all countries at the same time. So it's a global production, and that's not easy task. Keep that in mind. They could just been saying that they wanted to do this, but it's really huge responsibility to vaccine everybody on the planet Earth. So it's not that easy and simple. So I think we're gonna see some near 20 moving average retracement. Then we probably gonna continue. We don't have a reason to go down again to these levels unless it's some probably election. And we did all-time highs. I mean, like, what else do you need? I mean, like, if you already hit that target today, you trade bear minute or bear 5 minute. You don't need to really worry about where the market going. I don't really care. I don't have a long-term investment in the market, so I'm only a day trader. So far, I don't like to leave anything on the table where I'm go with my head and my pillow. So I like everything to be completely closed, cleared. There's no risk been taken or risk on the table. So I reckon you do the same. This is very uncertain time. And remember that also E-mini here pushed really big up without a proper pullback like this one here. So probably going to see some pullback here. From this breakout to this high is another angle you can look at it. From this breakout to this high, it's really a big gap. And from here to there, probably going to continue, but the candlestick here is bigger than the candlestick here. So the market is a little bit dry. We pushed really all-time highs again, and we beat the year. So the overall the year will be looking like that candlestick, right? Big wick to the bottom, which is this one. I mean, like if I put it exactly here, so it's going to be that's the year where it started, I think, right here. So that's going to be the yearly candle, right? Big wick. This is green, of course, and we have a little wick up there, which is one of today. So overall, it looks good. And before the year is over, I don't think we're gonna push any higher than that. If from the candlestick perspective, it's uh, sold off beginning of the year, then they found a bottom, take it back all the way up, the push to high, and now we can maybe close something similar to this, right? The yearly candle, right? It's a different view, guys. It's not like the you have to rely on that for the daily trading. No, that's yearly candle just to know what the next candle could be. So if you have a good eye on technical analysis and you recognize candlesticks, is this is green for example or red, whatever the case is, this is like it was a big fight between bulls and bears and the bulls so far winning. Bears pushed it down, bulls pushed it back up even higher than the starting point, right? So that's a starting point, push down, come back up, we're above it now. Let's see if they're going to come break even before the year is over. So we have a dodgy or indecision candle here. There's a wick here, wick up, and the body right in the middle. So I reckon that the following candle, which is the following year, we're going to see a dip down. So that year is going to be something like that. For example, the year is not over yet. It could be different, could be high, or come back down below. No one knows. But if the year close something like that, right, the following year is going to do something similar. So probably we're going to play up, down a little bit, and after that down first. If we hold this low, we'll continue back up, and then we can be able to try to break this high. So just keep in mind that election on the way, coronavirus, the pressure on creating vaccine in a hurry, and genetic manipulation, and all this conspiracy theories going around the internet. So no one knows where the truth is at the moment. The truth is always printed in the market first hand. I reckon that you clear your mind, look where the market going, shorten your term of long-term trading, stay within the day, calendar day, inside the day, inside the hours. You should trade inside each hour, each hourly candle. Determine the market from each hourly candle. If it's going down, go with it. The hour is almost finished. You close your positions. If it's going up the following hour, of course, you're going to recognize that for 5 minutes and 1 minute. Then you get into it, you assuming that, or you high probability bounce of, for example, here, right there, like really good trade here, guys, is like very, very simple. That bounce from here, that bounce of the pivot point, very valid, very valid. The following hour, we actually hit the high of the previous red candle. Bulls push it down, bears push it down, seller push it down, buyer push it back up, become even, and the seller really getting angry here, push it back down. All this news and stuff is all in the market, right? What we did since opening the market, we're still at the same candle here. Look, really the body is still inside this big body, it's like a pregnant woman, right? So everything is still inside this. Also, people call it. Um, someone asked me if I trade on market profile. You don't need a market profile print. You should make your brain see that's happening over and over. We have a low volume here. There is nothing here. We have a very, very weak volume, right, on the day. So from the day, if I draw this one here, so what we did like something similar to this, okay? Let me just draw it quickly. From my mind, I can see that. We come in here, we have a big momentum, then we're coming down here dry. That's your market profile. I don't have market profile, but that's what it look like because this is taking the price from the candlestick, right? So that's we spend more time on this level, right? It's more candles overlapping, yeah. So that what naturally will give you more volumes, right? So remember that you don't have to keep looking multiple candlestick and confusion. Just to make it simple. And since the market spent some time here, that's what that mean, guys. It doesn't mean anything, okay, from your daily trading. If you long term, then maybe you concern, okay, is out as soon as they break out of this range, which is no buy and seller winning, when the auction is expired, no expired, I mean the auction is finished in the favor of buyer or seller, then I'll be interested to buy, right? So we leave in this level now, and we're coming back somewhere else. We're going back to higher level or lower. We'll go where the previous pivot point, which is the first support. Of course, if you come down here, let me clear this. Of course, if it's come down here, it's not going to stop here. It's going to go to the previous pivot point. There's a lot of people get confused about why it didn't stop at support one. Is support, but look, this is more higher value than this one. So if I'm a seller, I will be waiting until touch here, touch down here, you know. So always the previous support and resistance and pivot point is very important as much as today, right? So that doesn't make any different for me. I will not be trading assuming that's going to go up from here. No, when he leaves this level, okay, it looks like it's confusion going on at this level. It's overlapping on hourly. When he leave this, come back retesting on hourly, and continuation back up, then yes, that's a good trade. something similar to this. See that? And that's why you have to stay. Look, this is a lot of volume here. Must be market profile is going to be more at this level. It's going to be like a big pregnant woman right there, like this, right? Because why? Because of there's so many candles overlapping at the same price, and that's keep topping up the volume amount, right? I hope that easy to understand now. So the volume is going to be big here, but it's small in the rest of places. It's small here, but it's going to be big here. Why? Because there's too many trade happening here. As soon as we break out of this range, we close below. That was yes, sellers are very excited. Look at that coming down. Hit what? Pivot point. Stalled here. Is trying to do the same. Seller say, you know what? I'm done for the day. I'm exiting here. That's a pivot point. I'm not interested to hold in here. They exit the following hour, indicating that the seller giving up, and we get back inside that range. And we have a couple of hours buyers start to jump in, and the 50% of the other buyers they brought at the drop down retracement. One, two, three. See that continues the next day. We're doing exactly the same thing here. The story repeats itself over and over and over. The more you talk to yourself about the story in front of your eyes with no indicator, no magic, no mask, whatever. Just look at it, pure price action. Why we stopped here, guys? Because this is uh, an imbalance, or there is no decision. There is the buyer equal to the seller for the past 5 hours, 6 hours. Then seller, buyer, some buyer give up, and the seller take over. Seller give up here, buyer try to push it back up, and here we go. We break out. We make a new high of the day. Not really, but the follow up it was good. Pull back automatically will be brought at the pivot point. You see that push, pull back is gonna be brought, and probably the next day we'll keep going. So far, that's what we're doing. High, high, higher lows, high, high, higher lows. The previous low is here, which is a pivot near the pivot. Here we go. We have a low, break out of it, nice momentum up. We build, we have a high. It will be marked for the next few days. That was last week, Monday I think or Tuesday. It was really pushing up. Even Nasdaq it was keep pushing like crazy. Mid $2.5 dollars. $250 was 12,000 something. Yeah. Anyhow, I don't really care where it's going. If it's going to 100 million, I only trade inside the day candles, and I finish before anyone notices I'm still here. So that's the point of trading. Get in, get out, hit your target. You can do it multiple times a day. You can do it one time a day. It depends what is your strategy is. So far we're doing high, high, high lows, and this high will be count very nice. We'll break above it. We'll come back like crazy here, come back up, down, retest one more time, and guess what? This high started to count and hit the pivot point. So two of them align together. Very good indication to be watching that what's going to happen here minute per minute until you see that the buyer more than the seller, then you can be comfortably get in this trade. Even if you didn't get in that trade, you regret it. If you're coming back down strong here, red candle, right? You'll be like worry, but that's normal. Every trade I take make me worry, right? But I have high probability trade here. If I get in near this, or even if I get in here, it's okay. I leave my stop loss here, but I have high probability I'll get 1 to 1 at least if I'm trading on hourly. Of course, the 1 minute or 5 minutes is very different. Look at that, already hit the target before 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. We hit 1 to 1, even better than 1 to 1. We come all the way to that candle. Very interesting. So I brought here, I exit here. I like this. Look at that. I brought here, right there, and I exit at this high, which is the following day, which is not going to be okay with my plan. But before that candle, I could have exit below it, which is that, see that line? That's the previous day close. So just long story short, we start kind of overlapping here. We have made a new high, high lows, high lows, sorry, low highs, low high, new high, high. We created low highs because we didn't really break below this pivot, so we still in the game. But you start feeding away a little bit. So probably it's going to be like if we come back up before the close, probably going to push up a little bit more, then we'll come back down from there. Not big, but you have to monitor how the high lows reacting, to which area they're reacting more. You should do that. That's part of your business, guys. You should do that regularly. Check what's where's the kicker, where the market react most of the time. Each market is different. Pivot point is very important. Everyone react to it. A VWAP is very important. Support and resistance, previous pivot points, all the stuff is very important. High lows. Now you know there's uptrend. Then you go from there. Build your infrastructure, your strategy branches, right? Like a tree without branches is not a tree. It's a trunk only, right? You get your tree, build your branches. Each berry trading, I reckon that between 1 and 2 maximum. Because if you become good at this 1 and 2 pairs to trade every single day, that's it. You don't need to do anything else really. If it's one is not working, the second one will work. Market is dynamic, is always moving. Okay, your job is to find the right the proper price action, the proper place to buy and sell, and you stick to it and back testing it and repeat. Keep repeating until you get it right. Just like algorithm, they keep testing until they get it right. You better than machine learning or algorithm or AI, okay? Because your brain is so powerful, but you need to use it in the right way. Anyhow, guys, it's too much technical stuff here. Nasdaq, Ergo, Nasdaq, beautiful trade today. I have done it. I waited for the pullback. It did indeed give me the pullback I was waiting for. However, I missed a few opportunities early this morning. One of them was here near the pivot, but I was waiting for it to come to the pivot. But E-mini was actually pushing already on the pivot, but Nasdaq it was not in the pivot yet. So I was waiting for it. Anyway, it pushed up, come back, give me that pullback. I actually brought it until somewhere here. So I brought this about 60 point, $60, not bad. And now it's stalling here, so I'm not interested anymore. That's the high of the day. All-time highs as well. Keep that in mind. This is a 5 minute. Push a nice pullback here. Give me a nice pullback. That's the first pullback will be brought, of course. Blindly, 50% you should buy that. I mean, like, this market to prove itself is always respecting the 50%. What the odd if you're wrong, you're going to lose a little bit. I always lose a lot if I'm wrong. I lose a lot, but I lose it small, right? So if my stop loss nearby here, and I was like, okay, I took that after this wick here. I took it on that one, right? When he come back down and start to slow down here, by the time I get in here, right? Then after that, I exit at this high, around these lows here, right there. So that's everyone technique. You're not gonna be like me. I'm not gonna be like you. Everyone have its unique strategy and unique brain chemistry. How it does work, how that will fit in your brain, and how that will work out with you day after day after day. Okay, it's very important, right? So there you go. All-time highs today as well. Keep pushing. So far, what we're doing on a bigger picture, guys. High lows. High, without even a strong lower high. Very strong momentum. Keep pushing. There's a lot of money being pumped to this Nasdaq because of course, Tesla today and Apple. They split 5-1 and 4-1, I believe. I don't trade them, but I'm technically trading it when I trade Nasdaq. So I'm technically trading Microsoft, all the top 100 company in US through Nasdaq 100, right? So I'm technically trading all these guys, but uh, it is interesting. Is keep pushing up, and we go into our second, my second level on the bigger picture. That was a fib. That was a fib. So we very near now to this level. Probably going to see some certain pullback similar to this by the time we get there, because we just crossed this level without giving something similar of retracement or sideways here before we push to the new level. We just went through with no even looking back. Even the 20 moving average just standing like a tower, you know. The 20 moving average really nicely pushing up. So keep building on that. If you long-term trader, that's gonna go. Remember that I will call that here, guys. It's gonna be before 20k on Nasdaq. It's gonna hit 20k. I don't know when, but it's gonna come up to it. Is behaving very nice. Before the 20k, maybe 19,000 something. Is at the moment we are 12,000, 12,100 right now. That's the new high. Just keep pushing it away, and that's gonna go with no sweat. But anything can happen, as I said. So trade wisely. calculate your risk and reward, and don't put your farm or your house on it. It can bounce back down, retest that for a big time. If not, S&P 500 want to, is gonna follow. Okay, so be careful that everyone waiting for that drop so they can buy more, right? Because this overall is uptrend. Well, this trend is not gonna finish yet. There's nothing on here on the left to reference to it. The only thing you can reference to this momentum is the Fibonacci levels, which is these two levels here. Already hit the first target and we're going for the second, easy. And I did reckon that, I did say, yeah, last week, this week is going to be 12,000 and a half. We're not far from it now. Let's see. We are 50-50 between here and there, right in the middle. Let's see that if we're going to have some pullbacks, or I will be happy to have pullbacks because I would like to really to take it more higher. I want to have more than 60 point a day. So anyways, so let's move on. Gold. You see that gold is just kind of stalling here for now. So I'm looking at this level, guys, here. I know that I said I'm looking for that sell here, can come all the way down. But the thing is a little bit stalling at the moment. Just keep this here so we can see the candlestick itself. Make a look on it. It's kind of stalling at the moment, so I'm not quite sure because this is a very interesting candle, but we stopped it here. We're coming back down on a sideways now. And I did say as well about the dollar index, high probability can come back up for a pullback. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now. It did hold its level, but someone asked me, look at that dollar index, it didn't do what as he said. Look, let me just explain one thing to you. I'm not a crystal ball. I don't know the future. The only stuff I have to rely on is history of candlestick, market behavior, high lows, and bottoms and tops. Okay, candlestick, of course, candlestick patterns. All the stuff you need to put it together, make a nice decision, right? So I reckon that is gonna go down because if ever people or buyers are interested to push gold up, it's gonna be up by now. Why is stalled here, right? Think about that for a minute. There's a big volume here, right? So if we break below that volume, we're gonna continue down definitely. So what happened is this week actually in non-farm payroll. So let's see. Also, we broke above this angle. Could be a failure. So we'll be looking for a failure here to continue down. Or if it's not a failure, if we keep doing that until NFP, if it's negative, it will push up. If it's positive, it will push down. That's simple. Okay. So if your trade is not working out because I said something and you take my word 100%, I never say enter now. I never said that's going to happen. I say high probability you're going to hold here, pull back 50% of the move he pushed down, then maybe we'll continue. Okay. From now until this happen, no one knows because all of us not connected via say that give me miss call when you gonna push the market up or call me or just say yes I'm gonna push the market up now or we're gonna push down the market. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You always trade on high probability. If it doesn't work, you stop loss in place because of that reason. If you are trying to buy and hold, you're an investor, you're not a trader. Okay. If you're buying again, it's going against you and you're holding and you keep pushing your stop loss, you are an investor, you're not a trader. Okay. If you're a trader, you're going to accept your losses because if you come out of your plan, is not trade anymore. It's not valid trade for your inside daily trading, right? So if that come out and you start hitting your stop loss, you accept it because that's where you start to open the position. That was your agreement with the market. Okay. But if you keep holding, you become an investor and you invest in something you cannot afford it, right? Because you keep taking the heat, burning that money, and you still want it to be right. But the market is always right, and the market will slap you in the face every time, every single time. If you try to insist you are better than him, he's gonna slap you back by taking your money away from your account, and you can hold day and night, non-sleeping, all this stuff. Everyone know about it. So since you have found a good place to buy, you leave your stop loss in one place and you start trade that day or that week. If you start moving your stop loss, you become an investor. but you cannot afford it to be investor. Probably you're already 50% already out of the money. It's not practical, okay? I hope you understand. Even investors that have a stop loss, hard stop loss, that cannot lose more than 20% of their equity, okay? They want to make 20%, but they cannot lose more than 20%. If they do that multiple times, guess what? They lose one time 20%, but they make three times 20%, they make 60%, and they'll make 160% return with time, of course. Well, I hope that clear to everybody. I'm not giving signals. I'm only analyzing the market, and it's up to you with your trading strategy. If I give you some insights, that will be great. If you didn't get that and you try and blindly buy and selling, that's your responsibility. It's not mine. Just to make it very clear, right? So as I said here, we holding at this level, and we be looking for today, this weekend, this week, this Friday is going to be NFP. It does make sense. No big player want to push the market until we get this sorted out. Okay. After NFP, we're going to pick up a direction. If you want to invest after or before, or you want to trade now, go inside the day and trade it. All right. See the day, how the day open. Go to 5 minute. Hopefully, it's working better now. Go to the 5 minute above the 20 moving average, below it, hugging the 20 moving average, and is not really progressing. What that tell you, right? That's the high of the day, and that's the low of the day. Or bounce off the pivot, you could have trade that. Okay, take opportunity. Okay, I like this candle. Let's see what the follow up look like. Follow up, hold its end of the bargain. See that holding? Here you go. We waving now. Small waves is going back up. Traded high. Not tell me okay to up to 20,000, 2,000 again. No, take your okay. You enter here, for example, right here, right there. Okay, you leave your stop loss below there, for example, 1% or 2%, whatever you're trading, and you take 2 to 1, 1, 2. If it's wrong, you're gonna lose 1%. Okay, if it's right, you're making 2%. Repeat, right? If you're wrong here, you get exit. Okay, I'm wrong here, but I like this candlestick. I can re-enter again. Re-enter the market. Here you go, ABC. I don't know. Your strategy is different than mine. Whatever the case is, guys, it's just you need to trade the high probability trade, not any momentum as you wish you wanted to trade. You're gonna go ahead and push the buttons, and here you go. Right, later you'll be like, oh no, I get in the wrong place. My stop loss has to be big now. Guess what? If you come down to your stop loss, eat 50% of your account. Why? Why would you do that? You have to have your rules being printed in front of your eyes 24/7. Yeah, in anywhere you go, that's my rules. I stick to it. The consequences, if I don't stick to my rules, I'm gonna lose all my money. If I stick to my rules, I'm gonna lose less and I'm gonna make more. Right? With time, you will know you're right. If you do that, stick to it. I will lose less. I'll make more. Stick to my plan. My back testing is backing me up, and I'll stick to it. Okay. So until then, we're still inside this range. We break above it now. Let's see if that candle is gonna hold or not. I don't think it's gonna hold. It's okay. No, actually, it's 14 minutes in 1 hour now. 15 minutes. So it's pushing up, trying to break this high. Let's see if it's gonna be successful or it's gonna be a failure. Come back, retest the low before we go anywhere else this week. Okay. So look for a failure. Get a low. Because the third low here, in my opinion, that is coming back down here. So let's see if it's become a failure. If it become a failure, then you will take it down to see if it's going to be successful breakout. We'll continue to our target, or it's going to play catch me if you can around here. Okay. If I make a copy of this, I would like to leave it here. Expand a little bit. That's our range for now. It's bouncing back up. Let's see if it's going to hold that range, come back down quickly, continuation, or it's going to just keep doing that halfway of the range and breaks through, try to make a new high. Let's see. Silver as well is trying to touch up here again, but silver already was priced in the market. It was higher than gold of the candlestick pattern itself, not on the price. So what we're doing here, 1, 2, 3, and we held 50% of that range from this low, from this high to this low. We hold 50% and we're trying to push up here. Let's see if it's become a failure. You got something here similar. Let's see if it's that become a failure, because we hold the 50% here of this range, right? That's the border, right? So we held here, we'll break, we'll give a failure, we'll test it one more time, and maybe we're gonna break through today. Here, or we're gonna just have another wick here. The following day is gonna do something similar, 50% of the wick, and we come back down. Um, Bitcoin, just really, that's a nice failure here up there. I talked about that before. ABC from here, 1, 2, 3, and now it's trying to do the same. Let's see if it's gonna hold or not. NFP next week. So let's see that it's gonna actually keep building the momentum, or a flag for up. Could be a flag as well, something similar to this. Break new high, give you another flag here near this level I'm talking about. I said that's going to come back down here. Then there's a big good opportunity to buy here. If you're an investor, you leave this 2 plus around here, not down here. No, this is big. This is no investment. This is like losing, stay in a trend for another 24 years. Because if you come down here, spend another 3-4 months here, you'll be burning money. Anyway, so that's a good opportunity. If you show you a pattern to push back up, you can catch it from here. You exit at these highs or somewhere around the last range, right? In my opinion, that is just a pullback. So like we have a one here dip push up, another dip push up, the third dip, and we have ABC here, break above it, 1 to 3. If I say you go up, down, and up again, let's see there's gonna be small head and shoulder to continue down. Remember, NFP this weekend, this Friday, and let's see what they get to say, or what the numbers is. Crude oil, uh, a nice drop here, guys, at this level right there. Push back down, touch back, 2x. Another indication of this level is very interesting. Coming back down strong, not strong, but trying to break the previous day, Friday. Let's see if that's gonna happen. Touch here, come back, give you a dodgy candle or indecision. Follow up, it should be red candle around this level. Okay, so let's see if that's going to happen or not. We're going to have some another overlap in price. There's so much volume in this level here. There's going to be, if your profile on the daily is going to be from here all the way up to here, right? It's going to be big volume, like something big like this, something small here. It's very laggy here, so I reckon that you wait for it to. Okay, what did I do? Did I move something? Anyway, so that's not a buy. Okay, it's just losing steam. Every time come back up, push back down. Every time push back up, come back down, push up today, back down, couple of weeks, and that will indication of pull back to 39 even. Okay, dollar index, we broke today finally. We broke this level, right? We had a one, a two, and a third one, and come back down now. I'm looking for another one here near the 20 moving average. We're getting too much attached to the 20 moving average here. We're nearby here. We're very close to it for a few days, and now we're bouncing back down. Let's see what NFP will do. That could be a failure as well. Watch out for this. I'm not saying that it's gonna be bullish momentum, but I'm looking for a pullback, so give opportunity to buy a euro, sell dollar. Okay, that was a nice failure. We went more than 50%, touched 20 moving average on the way, and we started compressing the price down here. See, that could be a failure. If I see another big green candle today, if we come back up here, indication of very much we can have some bounce from here. I'm talking the bounce. You see this gap? There's a gap here. Okay, we're not far from it. Even that green candle, that green line here, that's what I'm looking for, the price to come back up to it and come push back down, come back up to the 50 or closing that gap. Then from there, maybe we'll come back down to that lows again. Let's see. NFP, as I said on Friday, since the month is going to start September. Tomorrow started the month September, of course. We've got 3 more months of the year to be over. So let's see that is going to be held in that bottom of the year, a little bit lower with a wick. So maybe the last quarter of the year, we're going to see a wick coming down, coming back up, something similar to this the beginning of the year. Okay, just keep that in mind. That's not enough to push up. I think that maybe it can push down more and bounce and start to come back up, something similar, something like a V shape or something like that. So let's see what's going to happen this week. Of course, euro is pushing up, and yeah, we're close to the 20.20. We're not far from it now. If dollar index push down, indeed, we're probably going to push. I was talking about 25, right? But doesn't come straight away, guys. We're going to consolidate here, then we're going to break, retest, and we'll continuation back up. So this consolidation, we didn't really break out of it yet. We're still really inside here, right? At this high, the failure. Come back, hit the 20 moving average on the way, and bounce back up. Up momentum, watch the 20 moving average. The down momentum, watch the 20 moving average. Your 20 moving average, it's the starting point of buying or selling. Okay, if you only trade on the 20 moving average, you're going to be very successful. Every time come near the 20 moving average, you push, you take your profit. Every time come near it, you push, you take your profit. If you go below it, you sell. If you go above it, you buy, retest, buy. That's not only by the moving average itself, that's plus your experience of candlestick momentum and how big is the candle is, how small is the candle is, who's a buyer, who's a seller, who's controlling the market, high lows, all the stuff. Everything you need to be really, your brain need to have all this list in your brain is like command line, like bang bang, it's straight away available. As soon as you look that here, hold the 20 moving average. It doesn't really want to go below, close below it. You see that? And bouncing every time come near it, bounce. If you only buy on a 20 moving average, I'll buy here for example, I'll buy above it and I hold it. Look at how much it how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the 25. You could have done very well if you're a buyer and hold investor. If you're a day trader, you should be long here. You exit here. The following day, as soon as it cross the opening of the day, you get long. As soon as as long as we're away from the 20 moving average, indication of continuation up. See that? The gap is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now the gap is pulling back. Okay, now you know that we're pulling back. Why would you buy when pulling back? Okay, when you come near the 20 moving average, that's your opportunity to get in. This is a little bit too far. Give you a wick, okay? Maybe you can put 50% here, push up, maybe you exit here, give you a double top, you exit here, come near the 20 moving average, you add the rest of your position, you exit fully here, okay, and so on and so forth. Now it's touching moving average many times, but we bounce off it. What's next? If you break above that, hold, continue. Now you know in the right train carriage. Yeah. If you hold here, my expectation will come back down to the 20 moving average again and try to retest it again before we break higher. Okay. Tell the story. If you know the story, you know better than anyone else. You're gonna know better than me. Okay. Bound is keep pushing. As I said, that 135, 145, then 150, maybe more than 150. Well, let's see. Just a long-term view. But on the short term itself, we break out of this range. Now we're trending. We could keep doing that like Nasdaq. Okay. We're trending really nicely. We above where we are here. We're at this level now. We have this area to identify if we close with a body following day just to give you a wick and continue. That's indication of continuation back up. The next, the last time it was near the 20 moving average. It was here. It was like a few days last week, and the previous, like how many 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. You see that momentum break above here with this 20 moving average 4 days touching above this candle right there, right? It will be a buyer, and you hold. So far, if you have done that, you did like 800 pips, right? If you want to hit your target with a 9, the following target is 1,000 pips, okay? 136. It's going to come to 136. It's not far from it. And if you try to short it, I'm sorry, you don't understand anything in the market. You're gambling. You cannot short breakout like that. You cannot assume it's going to short because of the wick here. How do you know this is going to is going to hold? You only trade what's possible in front of your eyes. It's a long high lows has been created since the drop down of the pandemic March. 6 months later, we are above this pandemic starting point. We're even higher. So why you short it? Why you short it? There's no good reason, guys. Okay, this is gonna keep pushing. Yeah, We even just make it clear to you here. I know the video is long, but it's up to you. If you wanted to learn, you should watch the stuff. If you know everything already, you should not watch it, So here you go. That test is nice. I like this candle. Hold it here the following day, give you green bodies. You should be along already. I will be leaving my stop loss just here. We are already below the 20 moving average with a gap. Every time, every day, give you green candle, you push your stop loss below the 20 moving average. If you think it doesn't come near the moving average, you could exit, right? And re-enter when you come near the moving average. And repeat. Okay? Same goes here. There's bound yen. You see, bound is strong. Okay, that's bound is really holding well and it's pushing. We're already 41. I talked about this many times, that red line. And the following one is 43 and 200. And probably this high is going to be tested 144, 145. So, it's really good momentum, but maybe very light momentum. Maybe we'll come back, retest that tomorrow. And if that's true, we're going to make 430 point or pips, or maybe test the 20 moving average. I don't think it's too far from it. It's not due yet to retest the 20 moving average. The gap is huge. The gap is 250 almost pips between the price right now and the 20 moving average. So we still trending. The moment you start to see the space between the price and the moving average, 20 moving average, indication of the price will come near the moving average. That's another way to trade market as well. If you only trade on this 20 moving average, you're a winner, right? Right. That's bound Aussie. That's why I don't want to long bound Aussie, because market is strong. The stock market is strong, and Aussie is taking the benefit at the moment. We broke this through the moving average, come back below it, and we're starting to go far from it. I like this middle range. Let's see if it's going to hold. Come back, try to play with the moving average one more time, and as soon as I start to bounce above it, something similar to this, I'll be very interesting to buy it, because the next time around we'll come around here, we're gonna definitely gonna break it, because the seller tried push here, and I couldn't really go too far. Now they admit it, okay, I'm not gonna do it again. That's it. It's gonna keep going. Better to be on that train up. Probably they're waiting down here to exit and the switch gears to buy more. But keep in mind that as well, if the stock is going up, this is gonna consolidate here, that range here, right? Because bound is strong, goes is strong, so probably they're not gonna go anywhere. They're gonna do between 100 and 200 points a day. That's it. Pips, no point. God, this is different. Pound New Zealand, same really. Just we come near. Look, we divert away from the moving average. We were here, moving average is here. Divert away, and that's the moving average at this point. Now we come near it. Now we hug the 20 moving average. This is very interesting place for a buy and seller. But who is going to push the market more? Well, where's the odd? Like the stock market is pushing. Yeah. So the New Zealand is reacting to Aussie as well. So both of them they're going to react together because they're near each other, just like pound and euro, New Zealand and Aussie, they're like next to each other, right? So let's see who's going to win here. This decision to be made by the buyer or seller. So far, the previous price action shown that we're making higher lows. That's the first big pullback, right? If that's a start to leaving divert away from the 20 moving average, that's continuation will take a place to the 2.07, right? Very easy to spot. Overall, we had a push down, big one. We started breaking these highs here, right there. We broke this, we broke this, we broke this, we broke this, and now we're going for the next. So you can buy here, you sell here, buy here, sell here. Okay. Okay, this is really getting long. Let me just finish that quick. Just a second. That's a pound CAD. All right, pound CAD. Did you see that? Just confusion. There's a lot of volume going on here. We broke below it. We have a failure coming back up now. I reckon that's going to keep doing that until one of these two be a winner, stronger, bound or CAD. I reckon bound is stronger than CAD. If CAD is going to become weaker, the reason being is oil dropping. Okay, oil taking some value of CAD. Okay, so if the oil going down, the CAD currency is going down because CAD, Canadian, they produce oil as well, more. that rely on this oil momentum. If you want to trade CAD, you should be watching the oil market, the crude oil. So yeah, we have a nice bounce up, pullback as expected. We see that wick here. We test the breakout, bounce of it, probably 50-50. They push the market, they buy more, they push the market, they buy more here. Probably is gonna push the market more here at these highs. But when it comes to these highs, we're gonna go do something like that, right? This is undecided market. I don't like it very much. It does move very well from the moving average until now. We have 100 pips. Yesterday, Friday, 165 point or pips. So it does move well, but you have to be quick on that market. You cannot stick around for long because as soon as it starts showing that it's coming back to 20 moving average here, very interesting, and you can have even brought above this high, and you leave your stop loss just like below the day itself. If you want to trade the day individually, like here, okay, we pushed up, we couldn't push higher more than that. We have a gap as well, and we started pushing low. I could have shorted, come near here, exit. My stop loss just here. If I'm wrong, I'm only gonna lose. Right, hold on. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna lose 22 pips. If I'm right, I did 70 to 78, 75 pips. Okay, hope that makes sense. If you only trade on that, I'm normally looking 5 minutes, not hourly, but 5 minutes and hourly and 1 minute, they're quite similar on patterns. Okay, bounce Swiss, pushing up, keep pushing up. Here we go. Talked about that. If the stock going down, then this is going to continue, but still keep pushing up. Weakness of safe haven currencies. We'll break out of this range as well. That's a pattern here. See that? We'll break above it. Have a couple of wicks. We'll break we'll go below the day. We held here 20 moving average. We didn't really see follow up of this red candle. If this actually momentum down, we should see another big candle close on its low. But this one is very tiny indication of fight going on. Guess what? 20 moving average in the way. Support, support, right? Very interesting level. Failure before, pushed up. Why not to do it one more time? You probably exit here. Okay, this is it, guys. Sorry for the weekend I didn't do videos, and as I said, I'm not going to do much of videos. I hope my videos is helping you on the way. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and like and leave a comment. Join the Discord server. It's in the description below this video. And guys, I'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow or day after tomorrow. We'll see if I have time to do another video. But pretty much I covered the market today. It should last you until NFP. But I will try to do video for how to trade price action. Just separate video, no analyzing to analyze the market. But I will do video to how to spot return of momentum up or down. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for being here. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.